Hi friends, welcome to my channel Tableau Tricks. In today's video, we're going to see how to build a dendrogram charts in Tableau. A dendrogram is a network chart which consists of root nodes that originates from many other nodes connected by branches. Basically, it's a hierarchy chart. So if you look at this chart that I have created, it's a single level dendrogram chart which has got various nodes, and each and every bar here represents a single node. So this is a single level dendrogram chart. We also have an option to create a multi-level dendrogram chart, which we are going to discuss in our next video. So let's get started and see what is the data set that is being used to create this dendrogram chart. So if you look at the dataset here, it's a sample superstore which is readily available on internet. You can download it from any of the dataset banks. So the important field here that I'm going to use to create this chart is the subcategory and also the sales. So I'm going to see the percentage of sales for each and every subcategory. So just in case if you want to create a multi-level dendrogram chart, then you'll have to make sure that there is in the dataset that you're going to use has a kind of hierarchy relationship built in it. So in this dataset we have that kind of relationship between category and subcategory. So it's a hierarchy. There is a hierarchical relationship between category and subcategory. So if you want to use a multi-level dendrogram chart, then in that case you can use these two fields to create that view. But for today's view, but for a single level dendrogram chart, I think subcategories and sales field should be suffice. So let's get started and see how to create a single level dendrogram chart on Tableau desktop. So this is my Tableau desktop, and I have already loaded the sample superstore into it. So I will pull in the orders here. One important thing to note here is before you create any dendrogram chart, you'll have to create or you'll have to union the data set. So I'm going to do the same. So I will pull in the orders again here to create a union. So now if you see here, the logo of this particular data set has changed, and it is the union tables here are orders and orders one, basically the same tables. So another important thing to note here is you'll have to remember the name of the data set that you are using to create this chart. So here in my scenario, the name of the data set is orders, because this name will be used in one of the calculated fields that we are going to create. So let's get started. So I will create the first calculated field here. I will name it as path calculation. If table name is equal to orders, one important thing here is make sure that the name of the table that you put in here exactly matches with the data source name. It's a case sensitive, so we'll have to be little bit careful here. And then 0 to 100. So what I'm saying here is if table name is orders, then mark it as 0, if not 200. I'll click on OK. Now I will create a bin of this path calculation. I will name it as bin path, and I'll put the size to 1 here. Click on OK. We'll have to create a couple of more calculated fields. The next one would be the rank calculation here. So here what I can do is I can go ahead and create a rank, or maybe before going and before creating a rank, I will create another calculation field, which is sales percentage calculation. I will use the Windows sum function here, Windows sum, and sum of sales divided by 2. Because I am using a union here and I do not want to get any duplicate values, I am dividing it by 2. Click on OK. Now I will create a rank calculation here, and the formula would be, or the function here would be, rank unique sales percentage calculation, the one that I have just created. I will sort it by ascending. click on OK. I will create x-axis, and here I will make use of index function -1 multiplied by 0.12 -6. Okay. Now I will create sigmoid. This is for creating a curve. So I'll use this formula here. Minus x-axis. Close the bracket. Apply. Okay. I'll create y-axis. The formula here would be sigmoid multiplied by rank minus Windows max rank plus 1 divided by 2 whole divided by 100. So here looks like we're missing on the parenthesis here. Yeah, this should work now. Alright, so we now have created majority of our calculated fields. So let's start working on the visualization part. So I will mark it as I'll change this thing to line, bring bin path to path, and then x-axis here, y-axis to rows, subcategories to colors, and then I will go here to x-axis, compute using bin path, y-axis, compute using bin path. Now here I will go and edit table calculation. Under this I will select the subcategory and unselect the bin path. Okay, and now I will go to the table calculation again. So now bin path is unselected. So under rank I will go ahead and unselect the bin path, select subcategories. Okay, so this is a rough version of a dendrogram chart. So let me make some changes to it. I mean some format changes to it. Do the formatting here. So let me pull in the sales here to labels and subcategories as well, and then I will change this to percent of total. Go to labels and I want the percentage here to show up. So it's up to you whether you want to put it before or after. I'll just put it like this. Apply. Okay, so I will go to the sales here, number format, or I can do it from here itself, format, and then I'll make it to 1%. Yeah, and I will make these changes. I'll get rid of the lines. Yeah, So this is how your dendrogram chart would look like. So now I'll get rid of the axis as well. Yeah, so now here I want to add some bars to it, right? So I want to add some bars based on the sales percentage. So if the sales percentage is high, the size of the bar would be big, so something of that sort. So let me go ahead and do that. So for that, what I will have to do is I'll have to create some calculated fields here. So those calculated fields I can apply here to get those bars. So let's see how to create a dendrogram with bar chart. So I will duplicate this, and here I will create a calculated field again. So it would be percentage of sales, windows of sum of sales divided by 2. Click on OK. I will create another calculated field. This time I will name it as total percentage. So it's going to be sales percentage calculation by percentage of sales. Click on OK. Another calculated field, percentage, total percentage by window max, total percentage. Click on OK. So I'll create another calculated field. This one, this is going to be the last calculation field, and this one is for the size. So I will name it as size. If x-axis greater than or equal to 6 and x-axis less than or equal to 6 plus 10 into delta percentage, then 1 L0 end. So this is going to be my calculation field for size. I'll click on OK. Now I will pull size fields to size here, and yeah, I'll click on compute using bin path, and now if you see here, we got the size. Now we got these bars, but these are not based on the size and all. So I will click on the size under marks, and then click on edit table calculations, and for x, path is selected, and for delta percentage I will go ahead and select path and subcategory, and for percentage of sales, yeah, I will go and path and subcategory. Yeah, so this is how we can create a dendrogram chart. So if you see here, each and every bar that represents a node here, and it's this bar is based on the percentage sum of sales actually. So if the sales size is high, then the bar size will also be high, so something of that sort. So if you want to decrease, or if you want to change the orientation, or if you want to change this orientation, then in that case what you can do is you can go show header, and you can edit axis, and if you click on reverse, it will go ahead and change accordingly. So it's based on your requirements, so however you want it to be, you can just go ahead and do it from here. So basically this is how you can go ahead and use, or you can create a dendrogram chart. This is a single level dendrogram chart, and in my next video I'll explain you how to create a multi-level dendrogram chart. Hope you have enjoyed this video. If you really like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.